If it's a 3-story and the whole main floor is commercial, the price per unit is completely skewed.
Yeah, the mixed use is a great exercise because then nobody knows how to run it, right? Because they're all sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, well, it can't be $1 per door, is it $1 per square foot?" No, because there's res. Then what do we do with the So it actually makes you really think about, okay, well, forget all of that for a moment. Where does this deal just make sense fundamentally? And what kind of return are you looking for? Right?
It makes it so simple when you just look from the perspective of the buyer. If I do this deal, I put debt on it, what does it look like? And you compare that across other metrics.
Like people are, will often say you got to look at the intangible. Obviously, as we said with the townhouses, that's the type of asset you want to own a longer time. But you don't want to own it if it's costing you money or if your your return is insufficient for what you're putting in. Welcome back to REI Hot Seat. Andrew Hines here with David Hulshof and Jacob Campagnaro.
We're here.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
you made
they are. Every week we set up the cameras for two, and Jake strolls in, and then we add.
I feel like
third.
I have. I'm starting to become like the Kramer, where I just kind of pop into the room. Right? It's like all disheveled.
Great reference. Fling the door open and slide in.
Everybody applauds.
It's good. In your head. Yeah, for sure. That was great. That was good.
All right, what are we talking about today?
So this is an on-market deal. This is 10 townhomes in Cambridge. Fully turnkey, one title for all of them, but all of the utilities for everything, water, hydro, is metered to each unit.
Nice.
Is there not a hallway down the middle there? It looks like there is. It counts as a townhome?
I'm calling them townhomes. Perhaps I'm using the wrong vernacular. Good point.
But I mean,
let's see what the write-up says.
Let's call them garden walk-ups.
Let's see what because it's on Garden Street.
There we go.
What does he call them? Yeah, 10-unit townhome complex.
So he's calling it a townhome. I guess because you can walk it in from the...
So who's paying for the common area hydro?
The owner.
The owner.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is actually... There is. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's captured in the numbers, but there's definitely some.
Yeah. No, so like I think the term, I think it's more of a U.S. term, but it's called like a garden apartment is when each unit has its own entrance, but it's not a townhome.
But it's not a townhome.
Correct. So
I did not know
Close
that.
enough. I mean,
I just know that from build out because one of the categories in build out is garden apartment. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I googled it.
Garden Street. I like that.
So quick math here is about $400,000 a unit is what they're asking.
I think that's some of the rub. So these have been for sale for a while. They're a really nice product. I think the challenge, like a lot of people are having on the sale side, is, how do you get to the price, right? So I'll show you the numbers as we always do.
Is the cap rate getting you there?
Not at this number, as typical. So I've ran it at $4 million, and I can see why. So first of all, we know him; he's a good agent. I see where he got to the number. I'm sure we can all kind of understand that. It's just over a 5 cap with my underwriting, and townhomes. So, it's a blend of 2 and 3 units, $400,000 a door. 2 and 3 bedroom units. It's just not going to pencil out. So if we take the deal, take it as is to CMHC. At 85% loan to value, 4.5.
Oh, you just cut out there. There we go. We're back.
I'm going to hold it. 4.5 interest rate. You're not even a 1-1 debt cover, and your cash on cash is 1.44.
So anybody coming
in
would have to put money down
85
beyond the 15.
Both, yes. So I want to see 85% LTV, and I want to see a 1-2 debt cover.
Right, but as it is right now, you won't have the one.
Correct.
You won't have enough debt cover. You need 1-2 for 85%.
Yeah, on a 10-year with CMHC. Yeah. So here's the debate is, look, they're townhomes, right? So do we build in a little bit of cushion there? But focusing a lot on buyers right now, we don't need to. Right, we're gonna build this deal to the way we like it, and that's how you're gonna offer. And if these guys don't want a deal, we're just gonna move on.
I think to your point, Dave, if you get that to a 1.25 debt service at 85% LTV, 5% cash on cash, your dollar per door is still going to be fairly high.
Absolutely.
And that's your baked-in premium for being townhomes.
Well said.
Right. So now the deal it's still gonna math.
Yep.
And there's your premium for being sort of a townhouse type of unit, because your premium's going to shake out because you've already sub-metered the hydro and the water and the gas. Like that's why towns are better, because they rent higher and they're separately metered. So
but all the superiority is caught in the higher rent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the superiority is baked in, right? That's why I have a hard time. We're like, well, they're towns. They need to be 500 a door. That's it.
Like, and this is why I say, price per unit is like doing surgery with a butter knife is my line, right? Because it's like, look, guys, that can't be the only metrics under which you do a buy. For example, if you buy a mixed use property, it throws your price per unit off. If it's a 3-story and the whole main floor is commercial, the price per unit is completely skewed.
Yeah, the mixed use is a great exercise because then nobody knows how to run it, right? Because they're all sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, well, can't be $1 per door, is it $1 per square foot?" No, because there's res. Then what do we do with the So it actually makes you really think about, okay, well, forget all of that for a moment. Where does this deal just make sense fundamentally? And what kind of return are you looking for? Right?
It makes it so simple when you just look from the perspective of the buyer. If I do this deal, I put debt on it. What does it look like? And you compare that across other metrics.
Like people are, will often say you got to look at the intangible. Obviously, as we said with the townhouses, that's the type of asset you want to own a longer time. But you don't want to own it if it's costing you money or if your your return is insufficient for what you're putting in.
Like you don't want to own this deal at a 1.5 cash on cash.
No.
Right? 1.5%.
Because that's negative, essentially.
It's
with all the little bits and bobs that
it's not worth it. So let's change the offer price from $4 million to, I did this exercise earlier, I think it was $3.6 million, which is a far cry from 4, but we'll do it. So $700,000 cash to close, 85% loan to value, same metrics, 1.2 debt cover.
So 3.6 makes it work.
3, that's about where cash on cash is 4.2. But again, my underwriting overly conservative.
I remember they're townhomes.
And they're towns. So can we go with the premium instead of 5? We get a 420, right? Like we're there.
This has 300. It probably is premium though. Like even at that number, 3.6 for plus $360,000 a unit.
Which is compared to an apartment.
That's higher
in the same area. Probably go for like 250.
And I'm some of these are suspect numbers, like the hydro of $300 a month. That seems excessive for the hallway, personally. So for the sake of discussion,
unless it's like building water as well, right?
So let's just do this for a second.
That's why they call it hydro, right? Because it's electric and water together.
Maybe water's bulk.
The hydro bill.
No, the water's metered. So let's just do this for a second, just for fun, to get rid of it. 4.75. Here's the operating cost as a percent of rent is 27. My Walkerton one was 21, if I'm not mistaken. So
oh wow,
that kind of resonates.
Towns tend to be kind of in the high 20s, low 30s,
except for when they have a common hallway.
Right.
The common, this garden suite stuff,
garden walk-up
stuff. Whatever. So that gives you range, though, right? You have full true townhomes at the low side of 20% on this. Garden suites, the new term we know, 25 to 27, maybe 30. So if based on the numbers, that's about where I find this to be quite compelling. That puts it at a 5.75 cap. You're 360 a door. It's a very nice deal. The inside, I'll show you. It's beautiful. Like the renos are quite nice. So this is a true turnkey. They've got basements in them. I don't know if they're finished or not. Look at that.
Now, where's this located again?
Cambridge.
Okay.
So we did a little.
Is this where if you got it at 3.6, like where does that stand, like compared to what you can just find elsewhere? We obviously talk a lot of deals on this show. I know you guys have taken a funnel of a bunch of deals and narrowed it down to stuff that's worth talking about. Is this your average deal at 3.6, or is it a good deal at that compared to what you can get elsewhere?
I would say so. We'll start at the $4 million. There's so many deals out there that are far better. It's a non-viable deal at list price. When you get into 3.6, it's hard to say it's a better deal or a worse deal. It's a deal I know I can sell.
So it's a deal right in the middle of the pack then.
Not so much. Like it's just because it's townhomes. If I find the right buyer, this is an amazing deal for them. Like not to sound like a politician and not answer your question, but the idea is it a deal I know there's a buyer for? Yes. Is this better than, I don't know, the Port Dover deal we did? It's just a much different deal, right? So it depends on your criteria.
And I think to answer Andrew's question, like what is the typical listing right now? Is like just go on MLS and have a look. There's a lot of 5 caps. Right.
Lots of 5 caps, people who want to get something that they're probably not going to get.
Correct. Which used to be the 4.25 cap.
Absolutely.
Right. It used to be 4.25. I'm not paying that. I'll pay 4.5, 4.75. Now that's a 5.25. And it's just like, and the seller's mentality is like a 5.7. Like, are you insane? Right. It's like, no, that's the number. Right. And it's like, it's just everything's shifted. It's exactly the same conversations we were having years ago. It's just less money. Like
boy,
painful.
I gotta tell you, we're doing a lot of traction, getting a lot of offers out, and the calls I have, Jake, some of them people are just shocked and offended at some of the offers, and I have them a whole pitch. We go through it, and I keep the door open. I never want to get contentious, and I would say 80+% of those agents call me back within the month. I just had it a couple days ago.
Yeah, you got to make your offer.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the offer.
They're going to be angry.
And they get pissy, and then and I get it, but it's like, we're doing deals. So this is where it comes.
Yeah,
and then they come back. The challenge is when they come back in this market, probably already found something.
Things have changed.
And on the sell side, because I handle a lot of the selling, right? And it's like you also have to look at the mentality of the agent, right? It's like, okay, they listed this 6 months ago, 7 months, 8 months ago. Yeah. They listed it here. They've been battling with their seller, price reduction. Then they get to a price reduction where it's like, oh, now Dave's actually going to even just look at it and then offer $400,000 less than that, right? So for them, it's like, man, like, you're killing me because but that's just the reality of the market. Like, I'm dealing with it on my own stuff, right? Nobody's got a crystal ball here, but it's like the market's continued to trend downwards.
Yes,
and the listing agents, most of them, not all of them, have been chasing that. Right, we've been chasing it down, and Dave and I were just talking about this morning. Like, it's guilty, right? Like, I've had listings where it's like, when I listed it, that was a good price.
Yeah.
And then 3-4 months later, it's a different price, and then it's a different price, and it's like, So we were just talking about this. It's like, advice to sellers and to listing agents, like, run it based on financing. Run it like Dave runs it. And then have that conversation with your seller to say, like, hey,
this is what it looks like from a buyer's.
Look at it through the buyer's lens, right? Because you're arguing with your sellers, and you're saying, like, hey, I'm trying to educate you on the market here. I'm trying to show you why buyers are not going to buy this. This is a great exercise for it.
Yeah,
right?
and that's why
I don't know where I'm going with this, but
but it's a good point, and that's why on the buy side, like, look, we know, will they take this? Who knows? But the idea is, if we're repping you as the buyer agent, it's like, we need to get active. It's one of my jobs is I know what your buy box is, your criteria, and then I'm going to find 5 of those, and we're going to shoot this shot on all 5 of them. Probably somebody will take it. It's just, where along in the journey is that seller? Right? I think they just did a price reduction on this. So the idea is probably they probably want to sit around for a while because they just got price reduction.
Well, they're all getting worn down, though. I've found in the past that right after a price reduction is the perfect time to go in with a lowball offer because they're already coming down. They've already relented.
Right.
One house I bought, this is a long time ago, it was listed for like $139 in London, and they came down to $129, and we hit them with a $99,000 offer. Right. They didn't, they didn't want it, so they come back at $109, and then we went and did our inspection. Came up with some stuff. We want it for $105. Fine. Like you're at that point in the process, they're just so connected to being done with it that they're gonna go. And what you just said, like, you have to make your offers. Like, that's exactly what we tell our whole team and the States to do. Make the damn offers. It doesn't matter. So, but they get really angry. Make them angry. That means you're doing something right. And if you are not telling them the number that makes them angry, and they didn't hang up on you, you didn't do enough.
Right. And we're like, we'll give the courtesy to phone the agent before and say, hey, look, we've got an offer for 3.6. Do you want it on paper? The answer used to be like, no, that's offensive. Now it's like, yeah, please, like, get me something. Right? And then you bring it to them, and then it's a bit of a waiting game. And that's why
do you ask them that because once you show it to them on paper, they have to show it to their client?
Yeah. So there's this happened to Jake and I too. Like, you get an offer, and it's terrible. It's absolutely horrible, with no preamble, no discussion, and you just get it. You're like, shitty, I gotta go present this to my guys, and then the guys rip you apart because they're like, like you did it. Right, so the courtesy is, hey, do you want, like, you at least know what's going to happen, and sometimes we had this on a larger deal for Toronto, and our buyers were much lower than list, and magnitude's actually millions of dollars, 4 million below the ask, and the agent was like, don't bring it. They're not there yet, and if you show them that, they'll just not trust me. This will kill it.
Yeah,
so you have to.
Conversation's important. I had an offer come in the other day. Never spoke with the agent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think he even saw the property, and he shoots me a low ball. like low ball. And I was like, I didn't even see it in my inbox. He called me. He's like, hey, you didn't respond. I was like, I didn't even know you were sending me an offer.
Who
are you? Literally.
Yeah, that's
it's like
crazy.
And then so like that was a fun conversation because I'm like, well, who are your buyers? What's the structure? They have payment? They have money? Like what the heck, right? Like he gave me this crazy offer structure. And like that was the one time now in the last little bit where like I was kind of on the offense because I was like, hey man, like you got to just, I'll present it, but you got to show me who the heck your guys are, right? So it's like it's so important because that was a rough conversation for me. Legally, I have to present that offer, so now I have to go sit down with my seller and explain to him that this guy just sent me an offer. Here it is. I know nothing about it. And it's going to expire in an hour, like you know what I mean? Because they gave you like 7 hours that you're revocable.
Can you not just said to your client, "Hey, like legally, I have to show this to you. I know it's not what you're interested in."
Yeah, but no matter what your psychology is, you're going to want to know about it. You're going to want to talk about it, and it's going to offend you, right? And it's like that's a very like res style transaction.
We find in like what we do in the States, like the process is almost always the same. You get the seller gets super angry, says no. Fine, let's tie it up at the price you say, and then we go do our inspections, come back, no, it needs to be where we said it needs to be, no, get angry, hang up the phone, and then okay, well, could you do this? Then they start negotiating, and then we land a few grand higher than where we wanted to be, and we do a deal.
I find that's been becoming harder and harder in this market here, at least, right? Because that's how it used to be. Like that was the good old days of negotiation, where it was like, no, meet in the middle. Okay, fine, here in the middle. Everybody's happy. Let's move on, right? Like that just doesn't happen anymore. Now it's like buyers are just like, no, here's my offer, and it's like, hey, can you come up? Nope. It's like, can you? Nope. All right.
Eventually,
then I'll just take it.
I just had that. I was saying they came back. We offered something. They came back. It was about a month. They came back this week. Jake and I were talking about it. And they're trying to negotiate. And I said, like, guys, no. Like, the number we gave you is true. There isn't a dollar more. I think you had this on another deal. There isn't even 10,000 more. The number is the number. And by the way, not to be a dick, we're circling in on several other deals. And that's genuine. This isn't used car sales stuff. Like, there's a lot going on. And if you want to be the person that's going to take that deal, you better put your hand up. Like,
now, the flip side of that I find in this market is if you have a seller that's willing to play ball with you and you can price it extremely reasonable, you will have multiple offers. There's a lot of people looking. Right?
We have a lot of qualified buyers right now. We're doing good deals. We're also, showing proof of funds where necessary, or at least offering it. We know who their lenders are, who they're using for financing.
Oh, you're putting a nice package together.
Yeah,
right?
so
it's like the Kingston Road property.
Yeah,
right. We've now priced that really well.
Yeah, that's going to sell for sure.
Oh, we have multiple offers now. It's like within 2 weeks, right? So it's like we reset everything, new photos, refreshed it, put a new price to it that we know, hey, this is the right price, right? And now we're seeing the action. So it's like I don't want to come off sounding negative, like, oh, the market's in the toilet and this and that. It's like, no, like if it's priced right,
it's great.
There's a lot of people looking. Just as much action as there was 2 years ago. It's just at a different price point. So it's like, by no means is it a slow market, right? That's the wrong word for what we're dealing with right now. It is not a slow market. You just have to get to reality quick.
To Jake's point, like there is a lot going on. The market is not slow right now, but the market is slow for inventory that's priced 2 months old, 3 months old, 6 months old. You got to be forward thinking. But
a lot of people are saying stagnation is kind of what they're expecting, but it's like you see these things happen and wonder how much further down it can go.
The fear I have right now is like we're starting to see more and more power sales, more and more for receiverships, all of this stuff. And that's almost, there's so many of those now, it's almost becoming the market norm, if I may, right? Like that's traditionally called a distressed sale. And that's not included on appraisals or because it's not supposed to constitute market value. It's something outside of that. But now it's like all the data we have is power sales for receiverships, distressed sales, whatever you want to call them. And it's like, so that's also driving the market down quickly because it's like, oh, well, that sold for this. Like, I'm not paying a penny more. So it's like, it's this rapid deflate.
I don't know how rapid it is. Like, if you look at any like downturn in the real estate market, like it didn't happen overnight. Like the 2008 crash wasn't a crash overnight. It was a consistent downtrend, although it did happen pretty quick. But it kept falling until what, like 2012? and then it was like sort of done.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think that anything happens overnight, and I think that's just what you're seeing. You're seeing the slow adjusting of seller expectations, buyer expectations, and that could change. You know, all it takes is for interest rates to drop enough that people get some relief, and that the numbers start to look better, and you know, can push it back
to your
up.
point though, like, you know, I'll be using those as comps in discussions with selling agents because, hey, there's 3 that just happened and it serves me, so of course I use it, right? And then you get the other product like this, which is turnkey, and you kind of structure it with the way we do these direct to CMHC deals.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the metrics we're using. A lot of deals happening. Exciting times to be an agent, that's for sure.
Definitely.
I'm sure there's a lot that are not saying that. But in the type of stuff you guys do.
Well, whether it's exciting, interesting, call it what you want, right? But it is like, if you're getting your bills paid and you're good, like it's a very interesting time to say, like, let's see where these things go. Let's see what's happening, right? Like being on the buy side, Dave's having, I think, a bit better of a time than I am.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Right?
I'm trying not to rub it in your face, but we're just like, it's like fishing in a pond with a ton of fish, and it's such an exciting time. And you know, you get this criteria with buyers, and you're like,
you might as well just keep blasting in offers, and that makes sense because you're gonna get one eventually. One of these sellers is gonna need to move something, and they're gonna say, "Yeah, I'll do it."
And think about, like, somebody buys this. It's turnkey. It's a beautiful building. It's, you know, fully rent out. I think it was done in 2020, and you're sending it off to CMHC. You're cash flowing positive. It's like 85% LTV. Those that never existed before, and it's like we're creating it. It's not common right now, but it's out there and it's happening. It's amazing. Amazing time.
You guys seem to have your methodology that you just layer onto every deal. Like, this is the framework. If it fits the framework, we do the deal. If it doesn't fit the framework, we don't.
We're not doing
the deal.
it. Yeah. And you know, we change criteria when we need to, but this is the box, and there's not a lot that funnel through it. But the ones that do get sold, and the rest of them we're not selling. So it's like, if you want to come down through that filter and sell deals. Do it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's exciting.
All right, this is a good one. I think we'll put a bow on this.
Let's do it.
Any other thoughts, or we're good?
I'm good.
It's a good buyer's market right now. Definitely a buyer's market.
Definitely a buyer's market.
Yeah, definitely a buyer's market. Yeah.
You can have fun with that. That's an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they, you know, we're doing the intake calls as always, and I think people are shocked with what you can get away with when you have a good amount of capital and the deals you can buy right now. So.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, guys, if you want to see some of those awesome deals, those buyer opportunities right now, take a look at the insiders list for REI Hot Seat. It's going to be below this video, or you can find it in the show notes of the podcast episode, wherever you're listening. And other than that, show the channel some love and share this with a friend. And we'll see you again next week.